Hi, Jessica, are you available?
Hi, just getting set up.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna put the speaker on a view here. So I'll go ahead and start with Troy. Troy, can you please share us what is the most benefit that people can get from what you do?
Oh, they can figure out how to get from point A to point B via LinkedIn. So I just fix LinkedIn problems. It could be something like, how do I get a better profile? How do I search? How do I find who I want to talk to? How do I network? How do I communicate? And so I tend to create a day-to-day process that really homes that in. So you're not mucking around on LinkedIn 12 hours a day. You want to mash that down to about 1 hour, because we all have businesses and stuff to do. We don't want to spend all day on LinkedIn.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. That was a pretty quick answer, and you still have some time, but it's okay.
I give my time to Rick.
Okay, so what's your question for
You have an
Rick?
extra, Rick, what do you love to do?
Is this open-ended? I mean, as far as,
You have 1 minute and 10 seconds according to the rules.
okay. Well, I mean, is this professional
It can
or
be anything. It
anything?
can
Can
be
be,
personal or professional.
Okay. Well, I love to play tennis. I've
Awesome.
been an avid tennis player for over a decade. I've captained many USTA team. Made it to the playoffs several times. Never made it to a
Oh.
national,
Wow.
but we play at the 3-5 or 4-0 level, and that's what I love to do. I like it so much that I wore my knee into the ground and had to get a knee replacement last December, but I'm back on the courts.
Well,
So that's what I love to
Wow.
do.
that's
I have
good
a
to
sub
know.
question. I have a sub question, not about the knee, but how do you avoid tennis elbow?
How do you avoid tennis elbow? I'm
It's
not
okay.
sure. I'm not sure. I mean, it is, I think it has to do with the use of weight transfer and not just the arm. So you're using the whole body in the turn, and it really comes through the leg strength. So it's not the arm that's generating the power,
It's the whole body.
whole body.
See, learn something new.
But
Thanks, Rick.
I played tennis too, Rick. I was a 3.5 and I was a USDA member. Oh my God, you and I need to play.
We will.
Okay.
When I
This
go down
is
there,
why I
I'll bring my
ask those
racket.
questions, because you never know.
Rick, when you come to California, make sure we schedule a time to play tennis.
I'll bring my racket.
All
You
right,
got it.
sounds good. Okay, so Rick, who do you want to ask a question next?
I'm going to ask Ken.
Okay, what's your
You okay?
question for Ken?
Do you have a favorite type of topic in a broadcast or type of personality
Do I have a favorite personality?
or a topic for a broadcast?
Oh, financial services.
Okay.
I'm the boring guy on the AM. So, and watch out for Marie, because she's a tennis player deluxe. I mean, she takes it way too serious. So you'll
I
see one of
actually
her
hit
videos.
really
and you know
hard.
what I mean. Yeah,
I hit really hard.
she
All right.
does for a little person. She does it very hard. But anyway, yeah. So basically, I like using radio as a tool for education. So financial services is probably the area where we have the least amount of education. We have more illiteracy in finance than pretty much anywhere in the world, I think. Considering how much money everybody has, it's amazing how they don't understand their financial situation. But anyway, So now I got to pick somebody, right?
Yes.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Ken. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Oh, and by the way, congratulations. I guess you're going to help me put together a Fire Up Connect radio show. So that'll be good.
Yeah, we need to follow up. We need to connect. All right, thanks, Ken.
I didn't mean to put any pressure on, you know what I mean? But okay. So I'll go with one of my new radio stars, Jessica. And so I'll ask her, what do you like about being a radio personality?
Well, I liked that it felt like, I like the energy of it. It's a different vibe than a video conference or a video interview. So because it's audio, you have to really like use I wasn't working at it that much, but I did notice because my voice was all I had to kind of like represent myself. I had to have my energy up, and it was an interesting experience, but I guess there's more to come with that. So my mind is going towards, I actually didn't get to talk very much, but for other reasons, but I would say I see the power of why it's so important. Marie made it really easy because it was an interview with Marie. She made it really easy.
Well,
And I guess I should just jump on the bandwagon now, keep going with it.
All right.
well, she did a really good job, and when she gets into a studio, she'll be awesome.
Yeah. It's different when you're in the station. It's a different.
Yeah, that's my next thing is actually like I'll be right there. I just got to jump on a plane. I'll be right there. Sorry, I cut you off. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's cool that you listened in, I think, I guess.
Okay.
Perfect. So I'll do the next question. And did Timothy go yet?
Not yet. So.
Oh, okay. Hi, Timothy.
There, hi, everybody.
My question for you is, I'm not prepared. I know, shocker. This is okay.
Anything.
Hold on. I could do it.
I'm a first-time caller and a first-time listener.
Well,
Definitely a radio guy.
yeah.
I threw that for both of you, so all three of you actually, Marie, Ken, and
Yeah.
Should have said ditto.
Something like that. I'm thrown off. I usually really love this segment, and I can't think. I'm thrown off. I can't think of a question. But give me a minute. I will. Can I come back?
I can give you a quick introduction because
Yeah, I think if you don't know,
Please
yeah,
do
do
that.
that.
I met Marie through we met through LinkedIn as you know, and we've been working on some small things together, some marketing. But I grew up in the high-tech staffing industry in 1998 in Silicon Valley. I'm from Buffalo, New York originally. So I started my staffing firm in 98. 2013, sooner than that, but 2013, I started building an online platform for property managers, landlords to collect rents, have maintenance requests, communication between the landlord and the renters and the HO and the residents at HOAs. And I've been building that product online since 2013, been in beta. We just came out of beta. We're going for traction, going for a seed round. We're just trying to grow the business and really bring this. The interesting part of what we're doing is there's RealPage, Yardi, Appfolio. There are all these big guys out there, and they forget about the small guys who own like 2 units or maybe 50 units. And so we're really addressing the small niche market. It's called the long tail of the market for anybody who's in real estate. And we're trying to bring a tool that's really easy to use and really bring some of these people who have been in you know, they've owned properties or units for many years, but they just use spreadsheets. And we want to give them something a little bit more, a lot easier to use and a lot more affordable than trying to go with the big guys or stay in the dark ages. So, and everything's going digital. So we're really trying to go down that road. So that's sort of where I am now. And I love to sports wise, I stand up paddle, I mountain bike, I hike, and got a cattle dog and a great
Awesome, Timothy.
Adding that in. I just had one quick question. Where did you say you were from in New York?
Originally, I am from Buffalo, New York. I still have family there. My parents are both there, and transplanted out here in '98 to. I'm in the Bay Area. I'm in San Francisco Bay
Oh,
Area.
perfect. Well, I'm in Allegheny County area, so just a couple hours
Allegheny?
out.
Okay, cool. I
All
gotcha.
right.
From one East Coast girl to California. All right.
Nice.
All right. Thank you. All right, Timothy, who do you want to ask next?
I have a rapid fire question. Can everybody just give me a quick?
No, no,
overview?
no, we can't
No?
do that.
I can't do
Yeah.
a rapid fire. Well,
No,
I have,
you have to have one person.
okay. I wasn't sure. I just because I don't know everybody. So
That's all right. That's all right.
well, I got to go with Ralph because he's hanging out and smiling over there. So Ralph, tell me a little bit what you like to do and where you're located, what your background is.
So what I like to do, hang out with the family, travel, go all over the place. I do coach youth basketball, so that's one of the things that makes sense to me. My background, 20 years Air Force, 15 years DoD civilian, and starting resume services that started with mainly helping veterans and turned out to be helping everybody else. And that's about it.
All right. Thank you, Ralph. Who's your next person?
Who didn't go yet? You? Her?
No, we have Peter. Peter is in there.
Oh, hey, Peter.
Hey, how's it going?
So
Yeah,
Peter,
so
welcome to the Fire Up Connect. We are actually doing a Q&A right now, and so Ralph is going to ask you a question, and you have 1 minute to answer.
okay, go ahead, Ralph.
Just want to know what what progress you made in your industry.
So a lot of progress today. I help founders and founding teams, either pre or post revenue, grow their companies. So as of probably within the last 2 years, I've had one significant exit for a company that I helped. It was based on the East Coast. That was in the encryption business, security encryption business. So that's probably a highlight. But yeah, from day in and day out, that's what I work on consistently.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Peter, and it's good to see you in person.
Yeah, here I am. What do you know?
Yeah. So now you get to ask a question, and I believe am I the last one? It looks like, right? Okay, so you get to ask me a question.
Let's see. So my question would be, where do you see yourself fitting into the real estate marketplace? Where do
Well,
you see your value in the real estate marketplace?
Oh, okay. Well, I had my brokerage in 2005, and I learned a lot from the 50 agents that we recruited in our company at that time. I saw that my skills were all about marketing. I discovered that myself, but I'm actually really good at it. And so that's how I explored and created Finest Women in Real Estate, and created a TV talk show, radio show, magazine publication, business networking group. So that's really my contribution. But at the same time, I also connect investors to other real estate projects. And I'm good in connecting people when it comes to real estate because I understand the business. That's what I do. Thank you so much for that question. Great question. Okay, so so that was the first part of our meeting. So the next part of our meeting is normally we would be trying and do some exchange of good information, because this is where we wanted to be the expert of what of our industry. So I'm gonna throw a question to where you guys can chime in. Whoever wants to give me kind of share their thoughts. So my question here, let me go change the view here real quick. All right, so my question is, what would be the most the best criteria that you're looking for when you are trying to connect with someone? What is your main criteria for connecting with someone? I guess that's the way I want to ask it. Who wants to answer that question? Ralph, and you can also use your icon if you want to raise hand. Okay, go ahead, Ralph.
Yeah, I can't find iPhone, but I guess if I connect with them, because I'd rather work with comfortable with than somebody that, you know, is kind of abrasive or, you know, that personality. So that's my criteria.
What is it again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. You were breaking up.
Oh, am I okay right now?
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. So if you can just repeat it again, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Someone who I can get along with,
Okay.
not with someone who's really abrasive or someone like that. That would be my criteria.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Who else? Peter, Troy, you raised your hand. Go ahead.
I might look like a Peter. Maybe that's what it is.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, so I tend to, I've learned my lesson. So I tend to work with people that have a giving mentality. So for example, I have 15-minute meet and greets, right? My only goal is to meet with them, and if they have a little problem, to solve it. There's no money exchange or anything like that, you know? So that's the number one criteria. If they have, if I take them on as a client, they have to do a lot of the same things as far as just helping people. Because a lot of people that I meet, I can't help, but I have about 20,000 people in my network. And it might be a good opportunity to connect some other people together, you know? So, and my other criteria for taking a paying client is they're typically from the solopreneur up to a company of 50 employees, ranging, you know, anywhere from making 250K a year to about 5 million. So anything above 5 million is, they usually have systems in place already. They already know what they're doing, you know?
Awesome. Thank you,
Hopefully
Troy.
that makes sense. Mhm.
Thank you. Who else wants to answer that question?
Well, Ken, yeah.
Ken,
I
go
look
ahead.
for people I can partner with, strategic partnership where it's a win-win for us in addressing client needs, because no one product can solve everybody's particular needs. And if you can integrate the products, then you create a synergism that can't be beaten by the AI. So that's what I look for.
Awesome.
Ken, I would agree with you 100%. One of my ventures right now are with two other individuals that we ran a test. And so we're doing LinkedIn events, and we figured out the whole system. And if it wasn't for having us three together, it wouldn't have got done. So.
All right. Anyone else?
I'll go.
Okay, go for it.
I'm looking for business owners who have aggressive growth plans.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they have a vision for the brand, the business they've developed. They want to grow the business, but are weighing whether growing it organically outweighs growing it under a different system, like a franchise system. So that's what I do. I help businesses become a franchise. So if they're willing to have that conversation with me, I'm looking, that's who I want to talk to.
Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, so I'll go. I mean, I connect with people initially just based upon, before I get into any kind of a business conversation, just based upon common interests at the personal level. So it could be a range of things from outdoor activities to family, church, whatever it may be. So I've found that my best connections in life, which have helped me grow my business, has been along those particular lines, where I can relate to somebody, whether they play pickleball, golf, whatever it is, hiking, whatever, skiing, whatever it is. And so I've found that that has usually spawned the best business relationships that I've endured for a long time. And it's always good to have a long-term business partner.
Awesome. Anyone else?
I'll go.
All right, Jessica.
So I agree with, I think it was Troy that was mentioning like the 5 million mark of the mindset that someone's at that stage. And I agree with that. And also responsiveness and availability is like really important to me, because if they're growth minded, you kind of, and my role would be to help either maintain or facilitate that growth with creating the strategic partnerships and relationship management. It's really important that I can get a hold of them, that they'll have integrity to stick with things that we talk about, so that I don't feel like I'm chasing people around. So that's, responsiveness is like really up there.
Jessica, I'll add to that. I had to fire some of my higher end clients because they wouldn't make the meetings for the introductions I made. So I made some personal introductions. So that one person would 100x of other people for that relationship. And they missed the meeting twice. And I was like, I can't work with you any further. Yeah. So I understand if people are serious about what they're doing, they need to make an effort to make things happen. It's just being polite.
Yes, and being respectful, right? We want to make sure that we work with people that are respectful and they value your time and your presence. Okay, I think we can move on to the next question I have. What is your number one core value that you use in your business? Who wants to answer that question? Okay, Timothy.
I'm going to start with my staffing business, and that really is, it's really important to have somebody who is accountable, you know, and if they're starting to look for a job and they're talking to us and they're engaging, especially you know, we do offshore placements, but we do onshore, and the full-time placements are really important for us to have the right person, and they want to follow through and they're really genuinely interested. And if they're not interested, it's okay, just let me know. So that's one of the core values that I look for, is, you know, that integrity from the candidate side.
Awesome. And who else wants to answer that question?
I'm thinking this might, some of these just sound like so obvious, but paying on time, like that could be one, like sticking to the integrity in all areas.
Okay. Anyone else?
Transparency. I think someone said honesty already, right? So there's a difference between being transparent and just the regular honesty. Sometimes you need to know a little past the honesty to help people. So you gotta figure out what's going on. You know, how are you fixing this? Why are you fixing this? Why are you going after this person instead of that person? You know, so you have that way you can take a little more of a holistic approach to solve problems.
I like that. Okay. Who else? You know, the reason why I asked this question, core values, because again, we're trying to have a good understanding of who you are and how you communicate with people and how you run your business. Because for us, it is important to have good referrals. And part of it is we need to get to know you in this short period of time that we have. So who wants to go next?
Well, I would say I have two. The first one is loyalty, and the second one is commitment. I think probably, and I don't know about anybody else, but 90% of the people I'll talk to, you know, they're not ready to do anything. And I don't think they ever get around to doing anything. So I'm kind of caught up. I get caught up in their goals, but I'm more committed to their business than they are committed to their business. And as a consequence, I burn up a lot of time and energy and get no results. And I hold myself personally responsible because I'm loyal to that person. And so sometimes I don't cut a client out quick enough, you know, separate from the herd, as they say. So
Ken, I made the same mistakes. Yeah, I understand, because you want to help people.
Yeah, and what's scary is they don't really want to help themselves. That's the scary part about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like If I'm not helping you, then just tell me and I'll move on and you move on and we're all going to be happy. But at least make a commitment, whatever that commitment is, either yes or no. This maybe stuff is just too much for me. So.
Okay,
Yeah, you
great.
can't pay the bills with maybe, So you're absolutely right. 90% of people won't really need what you need, and that 10% of the people could. So I'm thinking 1% conversion. So it's 1/10 of that 10% that really are at that point. And one mistake that I made previously is I have a high-end ticket item. And that's very hard to do because you need to be on it, And so I realized one way to help people that weren't ready for this big thing was to find some low-hanging fruit and something that you could solve right then and there at a very low cost. That might be one thing that you might want to consider, something that it would be a yes, and yet it would pay for your time. It may not be this big thing, but this little thing can actually build the relationship to allow them to move along until they're ready for that larger thing.
Great idea.
Love it.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. One more and we can move on to our next part of our meeting. Anyone else?
Sure.
Okay, Rick.
A willingness to communicate, willingness to learn about a business model, and the willingness to follow my process. So
Okay.
those are the things I look for up front when I connect with somebody.
All right. Well, I tell you, for me, it's number one is respect. If they have no respect, it's hard to do business with somebody and you can't like them, you can't trust them, and you can't really be transparent if there's no respect for each other. So, and I am the person that's very committed. When I say my yes, it's a real yes. And so I don't goof around. I want to make sure that this is really what it is for me. My time is valuable. We're not getting any younger. So we need to make sure that, whoever we're working with is totally, we're committed to, and it is really moving forward. It's going to be a long relationship. That's how I work. It's pretty much a good relationship for me. Okay, so thank you so much for that. If you wanted to give some of your comments and feedback on chat, you're welcome to do that. If you wanted to provide your contact information, you can take your time in doing that too during the meeting, because we're gonna save our chat later, okay? Make sure that we don't forget that. The next part of our meeting, I think we lost Ralph in there unless he got something really important to do. Next part of our meeting is to share. We have 1 minute, okay, guys? You can share one of the three things. One is either a success story that is really important for you to share. Two is it's a specific challenge that you want people to know that you want their recommendations or any kind of suggestions to help you. Three is a specific goal that you wanted to accomplish, and you need to give us a time frame of completion, because it's going to be a waste of time if you tell us, yeah, I want to make $1 million. When? It's not going to help you, and it's not going to help us to help you. So we have 1 minute to do that, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Peter.
So what do you need from me again? Sorry.
1 minute of three of the things that I mentioned. First is you want to do a success story that is really important for you to share, or a specific challenge that you're dealing with right now and you need recommendations from people or any kind of comments. And then the third one is a specific goal that you're trying to accomplish, but you need to give us a specific time frame of completion.
Okay. Wow. So from a success story, I'd have to
and you have 1 minute. This is where you guys get pressured.
Well, you don't have to do all of them. You can just pick one
Yes.
if you want.
Yeah, so I mean, my specific challenge moving forward is that it's always in my business is always connecting with new potential customers. Period. So that's always a challenge. regardless of your network, regardless of referrals, introductions, anything along those particular lines. So I'm always looking for people that are bubbling up new ideas, see specific problems, need help in building a foundation to launch that particular idea. And so they're not just standing on the corner with their hands up, says, "Hey, I'm over here. I have an idea. I need help." Some of it is under wraps. Some of them are in the closet. Some of them are in stealth. Some of them are think that they don't need help at all. And at the end of the day, I've helped a lot of people put all the right pieces together to help them become successful. So I'd have to say that's a specific challenge. And I
Okay,
think it's in business, it's always a challenge for everybody is to find new clients. And so I'll just throw that out.
okay. So for everybody, if you guys are listening to some of the challenges, you can provide some of your inputs on chat directly to the person, okay? Or you can even send it to everyone so we can all see it too. All right, let me go to Timothy next.
Thank you. The biggest challenge, I've reached a lot of goals in my life, and that was, coming out to San Francisco, starting my own business. But the biggest challenge I've had is recently with my, property management platform. And it's not so much, the goal was building the product, which I built my first product, software products ever. But the challenge now is gaining traction. I ignored sales. I ignored the marketing part of it because I was so focused on building the product. But my challenge now is I've been self-funded and I'm going out for traction. I'm going out for funding to make it a bigger, better platform and bring more people into it, and build. So that challenge is basically raising funds. I've been doing it for the past year, and we're not taking mom and pop money. We're really going for something significant to make something even more significant.
Awesome, thank you so much, Timothy. Okay, let's move on to Jessica.
Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay. Hi. Let's see. Goal. I'll do a goal this week. My goal is to, well, my goal is to get my real estate license in New York by the end of the year. It's taking me a little longer than I thought it would for studying and all that, but I'd like to, I don't want to make unrealistic pressure, but if you have tips of like retaining boring information and if you are someone that has gotten your license and moved to brokerage and all that, I'm brand new to that side of the industry as far as real estate goes. And I don't want to put it off just because it's not, it feels like a college class you have to take again because you didn't get it the first time. So yeah, so
Okay.
that is a goal and a challenge at the same time because it's completely new material and a different side of the coin than I'm used to. But I'm motivated. I have a reason why I'm doing it. It's just a lot of new information to grasp, and I don't want to like fail the test. So
You're not gonna fail, Jessica. You'll be okay. You're gonna
Okay.
achieve it. No problem. You're attached to me, girl. I'll help you with that.
thank
All
you. People are like, "Oh, I did it in a week." I'm like, "How? How did you?"
I'll
How
show
did you-
you what my secrets are.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All
So I'll
right.
let you know when I'm licensed. Yay.
Okay. All right, Ken.
Well, I think my biggest obstacle is staying organized. And now everything's all coming at the same time. I wait weeks and weeks and weeks for something to happen, and then all of a sudden everything happens in like 2 weeks, actually in 1 week, and trying to juggle everybody and getting them all in the same place. Yeah, Jessica, you'll be fine. You're actually the ideal real estate professional because you care about people. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of like my goal, and I hope to have 10 more shows between now and the end of the year. And obviously Maria is very helpful in that area. So
Yes, we're gonna make more radio shows. Okay. Thank
yes, and I'm
you.
looking forward to Rick
Your
there.
challenge is, sorry, I wasn't clear. So your challenge is to organize like the administrative side of things, so things don't fall
Yes.
through.
Yes, I'm a terrible, I'm a salesperson. I'm not a sales
Documentation guy.
administrator. There's a big difference.
All right. Okay, Rick.
A success story. My contact at the Crusher, the franchise name is Crusher. He presented me with an idea on Friday to resurrect a deal that was dead. So on Friday, I presented it to my client and we have resuscitated the deal.
Wow.
So we're just trying to gain momentum again. But that's a success story.
Awesome. Congratulations, Rick.
Well, not yet. It's
Not
over
yet, but all right.
It's gone from 0 to,
Okay, well, you keep us
20
posted with
November.
what's going on, right?
yeah, I'll keep it posted.
Okay, all right, perfect. Now let's move on to Ralph.
So is this the success or
Yes, the
Struggles,
success, challenge, or a specific goal. And I hope you're driving safe.
it's posted up?
That explains why
Um,
you were MIA. 'Cause-
Alright.
Success is for me the podcast I was doing based out of Singapore. It's become a series of just telling my story. Challenges is just trying to get more customers, either veteran or civilian, for resumes. I'm trying to get at least 5 a month. Start my goal short, and then just staying consistent. Doing videos that'll teach little aspects of how to do resumes. That's my other thing. Just staying committed to doing once a week videos, to do that on either my YouTube channel or my Facebook.
Okay, wow, that's
Ralph, is
awesome.
resumes your main stream of income, or?
No, I'm a DoD civilian. I mainly do it as a side hustle.
Okay. No, the reason I'm asking is connect with me if you can. I just talked to someone today that may be able to outsource stuff to you. So
Awesome.
at least I'll run an introduction. Yeah.
Love that, Troy.
She's a new client. I'm not picking up for consulting, and she's looking at these other packages. And my suggestion was to her is that you're not charging enough, and you're doing too much. And
Okay.
not doing too much has to be, introduced to another person. So
All right, sounds good. That was good. Thank you. All right, we have Troy. You're next. By the way, before you start, Troy, I wanted to compliment Ralph for being able to do that in 1 minute, that he was able to combine the success story and the challenge and the goal. That was pretty clever. Okay, go ahead, Troy.
I'm not really prepared for this.
That's okay. Nobody said.
I'm proud that I'm not pulling my hair out because I'm a single parent. And so I'm getting a system together for that. We talked about systems. And I'm also very happy we had a rebrand and we simplified our services. We can do a lot, but we don't talk about a lot. So we only talk about 3 things. And that has made my life a lot easier, and so it allowed me to focus. So that's about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. All right, that was pretty good. Did you guys get a good feeling or good information from everyone based on what was shared upon? Any comments? Okay, did I cover everybody? I did call everyone, right? Okay. So I want
Except you.
Oh, except me, I forgot myself. Okay, so I've got 1 minute. I do have a new goal to accomplish because of the meeting that I had this morning, I'm also now collaborating on creating a real estate investment association here in the city of Temecula. And that is something new that I'm going to be partnering with the president of one of the biggest association in town. And he is so excited about working with me. So we're going to have a meeting on that. And that's where I'm going to be incorporating Peter Eddie's project on that, because I think that will be perfect for him too. So
Okay.
just keep that, make that a note. All right, so that is my
He
goal.
says it so nonchalantly, like, whatever, I just, just gonna do this.
Yeah. Well, that takes a lot of collaboration and brainstorming, because there's definitely things that I need to consider in starting that association, because it's a membership, but it's an investment also that I need to understand that I'm working on the compliance of it. So there's a lot that I need to work on that. Anyway, so that is the third part of our meeting. And the last part is where we do a lot of collaboration. So since a lot of you, this is your first time, and some of you are already a member, I wanted to get some of your thoughts about who is the best connection that you saw in this group right now and why. I'm going to start with Rick Morgan.
The question is, who is the best connection that I
Yeah.
noted?
That you see in this group and why.
Well, I can name 6.
Okay. And yeah, but give us a specific reason why.
7 actually, because Ralph dropped off.
So you're connecting with all of them, right?
I would try to connect with all of them. I
Okay.
mean, each
All right.
has a value, but I don't know enough to say one is better. One person is better than the other, better connection than the other.
Okay. All
until we
right.
have a call.
Sounds good. Peter, what about you?
I have to say, well, of course, it's always great to connect with people. So, because one never knows. So the best connections here, from my perspective, would be Tim and Troy. And obviously, I know you pretty well, or fairly well, getting to know you better. So, yeah.
And why is that? Why is Troy and Tim?
They have extensive, appear to have extensive networks, and have a networking mentality. So, yeah, I'd have to say those are the reasons.
All right, perfect. Okay, Timothy, your turn.
My best connect is you, Marie, because I got to meet all these great people. So that's number one. And then
Okay.
I don't know, unfortunately, Rick, I don't know your background, getting to learn it, but Peter's a great networker, as well as he's in doing things that I'm looking to do. So I think my challenge right now, he may be able to guide me or hopefully be part of it. And Troy next, of course, naturally, because LinkedIn marketing networking is something that I've been trying to do for the past 6 months, and it's been tedious, I got to tell you.
Awesome. All
I'm
right.
gonna tell you a 10-second story. I had an IT company before, and it was really easy to get clients until the companies were bringing I had an agency. The company was bringing the developers in and killed the whole agency model. And I had to find clients on LinkedIn. I am what you call a terrible dater, like in real life and in business, because since I was a programmer, I was very, very direct, and I had to build a system and figure out how to date for business. So yeah, it could be very challenging.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. All right, Ken, your turn.
Well, I could actually network with everybody, because everybody that I deal with as listeners needs every one of these people's services. But I would probably say primarily it would be Troy and Rick, I would think, because the biggest problem that my clients have is focusing what their business really is. They want to buy a platform, but they don't have a message. So you can have the biggest platform in the planet, but if you have no message to deliver, then you basically have wasted all your time and energy. Everybody wants to build a LinkedIn, a Facebook, a this, or that, and before they've actually developed their message. And I think that's where LinkedIn and actually what's his name disappeared. The resume guy would be
Oh, Ralph, he's there.
Ralph would be an excellent guy too, because I think a lot of people don't they don't tell their clients who they really are, how deep they are. For example, you know, the tennis information that we got from the two of you, you would have never expected it, but those are two markets that you two could jointly go after because of the tennis connection. But anyway, there's a lot of connections out there that we just don't know about, and so we don't focus on it because we just say, oh, well, everybody knows that, and in fact, they don't.
Okay,
So.
thank you, Ken. Jessica.
Well, Ken and I have yet to, I have yet to call him to talk about the collaborations or the partnerships as far as his new, well, his new system for the partnerships for his radio show with the 4 guest model or whatever.
Or
And
host.
I haven't forgotten it. So that is one to pick up on. I saw, let's see. It's kind of like we're all at different stages of growing and development. So it's like, in one way, it feels like we could definitely all be a resource for each other just in general, but strategically outside of me following up with Ken, I think I actually could have some resources for Troy. I actually know of someone when you mentioned trying to structure, trying to schedule dad life or single dad life. I mean, I can't remember if this guy's an attorney, but he calls himself the Dadvocate, and he has a story of definitely relating to where you are and the professional side of things and coaching.
Did you say Dadvocate?
Mhm.
That's such a dad joke.
I know. It's pretty bad, isn't it? No, it's good. It's actually good. Dad jokes are cool. So anyway, I would be happy just for the sheer, like, exactly what just happened.
Okay.
I would just love to make that connection just for that sheer fact. And then Ralph, there's a ton of ways that you are like in the client journey here. So it's just a matter of, getting your message dialed down, and there's so many resources. So I would just say, follow up, everyone. And
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jessica. Ralph, what about you? So the question, Ralph, because I don't know, I don't think you heard it. Who is your best connection here and why?
My best connection? Well, I think it just happened with Jessica. She connected me with someone who,
I knew you were going to say that. I was like, me. Okay, sorry.
no, just doing the contract piece and then the follow-up piece. Because like I said, I don't just do the resumes and forget about them. I follow up on them, make sure they're doing all right and their job hunting is going okay.
And do you see anyone here that you would like to connect and why?
Well, after what Troy mentioned, then yeah, Troy.
Troy. Wow, Troy, you are like, in the hot seat today. Woo!
Yeah, I also cut my own hair. True. Yeah, I guess.
All right, Troy, for you, it's your turn. What's your answer on the question?
Yeah, I like everyone here. I think I think Ralph is important because I want to not just help Ralph. It's a little selfish because I need to help my client, right? So it's double-edged bonuses there. Surprisingly, Jessica, since she has a connection for me, Peter, because he's probably have a decent network, and we could figure out how we can collaborate and help each other out. Ken, because he needs systems, and Timothy, he needs help. just straight help on the LinkedIn side. Rick, I don't know. I think Rick feels like I think you are going well in your area, but if I could connect you with someone, let me know.
I
All
took
right.
advantage of your
I think Rick
calendar
was the
link.
most mysterious for me, so I couldn't really formulate.
You know, I think Troy really would find his niche in the speed dating, like maybe other, like this speed.
I don't
dating
even
technology.
date. I have not dated. Like I've been a single. My daughter's 5, but I've been a single father for a year and a half. I'm in Atlanta, so you can't go around. You can trip over, well, someone that's not savory. So I have had an interesting life, and when COVID started, even before, I cut people off, and that was a good thing, because you got creepy women, you got creepy fellas.
Oh my
And
God.
so
Yeah, well, you're not
you can have an
buckled.
alternative
You get the
lifestyle. That's
buckle.
all cool. But what I mean by creepy is, I mean liars, go behind your back, creepy people. And so I'm all for good people. And so COVID was actually a good thing. I'm not going to tell you the story. So after, I have to think, when I meet someone, I said, if for the dating thing, it's like, do I want to introduce her to my daughter in 4 months? Not even now, in 4 months. That's my criteria,
Yeah,
So
it's a good criteria, to be honest, you as a single dad, because
Yeah.
it's going to be
oh yeah,
part of
right now it's like baby needs shoes. Bills first, because she's there. So it's actually really good. It allows me to be a little less selfish.
Yeah.
And I'm 49, so I've lived my life already, so I'm good.
All right.
I
Well,
was,
Yeah.
I was giving you, the reason I said that was actually a compliment with how you strategically were able to pick up something from all of us, and it shows your listening skills. So it was a nod towards,
It's the caffeine.
yes. All right. Well, okay. So thank you so much. We had a couple of minutes, but I wanted to just get feedback, especially from, the first time here. I will start with you, Troy, since you are in the hot seat today. It looks like you were the favorite. So what was your experience in this meeting?
It was cool. No, I was kidding. Just playing.
whatever.
I thought it was very nice. It was more engaging than I thought it would be. So we're actually at the tail end, is where we're getting all this meat in here, all the juicy stuff, right? And so I thought that was very good. If I had to make a suggestion, which you didn't ask me to say that, but
No, go for it.
Oh no, we want your
you
suggestion.
need more people. You can easily boost this up. So
Yeah.
I did my first LinkedIn event, which is a Zoom. My first event we did internally. We got 1,500 people registered in 3 weeks.
Well, the thing, Troy, is when I get to that point, I'm going to have to probably spread people out on a Zoom rooms where, there's going to be some disconnection from people that you see in the meeting. Right now, the small group actually were able to accomplish what we want to know about each other. Because if we have more people, like 15 or 20 people here, you're only going to hear, and you're not going to be able to speak as much as you speak today, because we have to get turns for everybody, right? So I think even though it's small, we were able to establish the relationship that we want to build, because right now I think you guys are feeling comfortable with each other because of what we heard, right? So that's part of why I think, sometimes there's an advantage for having a small group, and there's also a good thing for having a large group. And we do annual events where we bring 200 to 500 people. But when it comes to the Fire Connect, we try to make it, more, we have time for each other to get to know, because we want business relationship, and I want good people to work with. I don't want to just refer anybody, to my clients not knowing who they are. Okay, so any other feedback? Peter, what about you?
I agree with Troy.
Okay.
I think you need more people, make it more beneficial, and I think people would find a lot more a fair number of new individuals to connect with. But it's a numbers game, like everything. So
Yes.
yeah, we always start with one and grow from there.
Well, we have 2 meetings every Friday at 11 a.m. and every Tuesday, and you actually gonna meet different people from those meetings. So just, having the good experience, and the other members will tell you. Timothy, what's your feedback?
Um, my first time, so I haven't had a chance. I'm not sure how many other people are new here. Are there any other first timers by chance?
No,
Yeah,
we
I-
have members, Ken, Jessica, Rick, and Ralph are members.
I liked it. I think it was a intimate get to know, and I look forward to coming back and seeing some of the other venues as well.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go now to the members. I'll ask Ralph. Comments.
I like the small group because, like, it's more intimate. You really get to know each other, and so a quiet guy like me probably get left in the background if there was more people. So that's my thing.
Okay, Jessica.
I kind of think there's a time and place for different size groups and the intention behind it. I feel like I get lost in bigger groups and usually gravitate towards a smaller number anyways, and then just follow up with the bigger group after. So for me, it's perfect to feel like I'm not lost in the details of all the other people. I'm more confident because I feel like there's already a lot of trust and rapport just with the strategic way we outline the meeting. And I've been growing a lot since being consistent with it. So I think just being consistent with, because that's the thing, like we don't need another meeting on our schedules per se, but this is one where, and I say this pretty much every time, but Marie really strategically puts this together with who gets included and invited, because the collaborations, it actually is true. You're one person away from all kinds of different connections and partnerships. And while it may be a smaller group, she puts a lot of intention into who is here, and it's kind of like she saves the best for funneling everything here. So, and I happen to also be the co-host for Friday, so I might see you there or a different Friday, but at any rate, I'm glad y'all were here.
Thank you. All right, Rick, what do you think?
Well, I enjoyed this size of a group today, but I do have to say I've been to a meeting or two of yours on Tuesday afternoons where the group has been much larger, probably twice as much.
Yes, we had those
So
groups. Yes.
It's a matter of timing, because I certainly don't participate every week because of the schedule. So it's going to be hit or miss, whether you are going to participate in a group that has a lot more attendees or an intimate group like this. I'm fine either way.
All right,
And I
Ken.
like your format because you keep us on our toes.
Oh, thank you. Ken.
Well, I'm kind of I used to think bigger was better, but in this case, it's not. A lot of people don't realize, the new people don't realize this is the tip of the iceberg. Underneath, there's all kinds of people who are coming in and out. Every week, you're going to see somebody new. I mean, I'm seeing 3 new people this week that I didn't see last week. And the other thing is I hate Zoom because everybody's going to put their little picture up there, and my whole screen will have pictures of people that I have no idea who they are or what it's all about. So, if there were 1,500 people, I'd go crazy. And I think we haven't gotten to the projects yet, but the projects will be the true definition of the success of the group, because you're reaching out to the community versus BNI. BNI is all internal. This is all external. So we're actually looking for referrals outside the organization versus inside the organization, which is what a BNI group does. So it has a kind of a different focus, but I like the 6 or 7 people each week, and I end up with 12 because I go to 2 meetings, and there's probably 40 people that I've seen, 50 people in the last 2 weeks. So there's a lot more people than you know. So, but as you grow in this thing, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much for your feedback. Again, if you wanted to be a member of Fire Up Connect, let me know. You can have a one-on-one meeting with me. And if you have any suggestions, we can definitely talk about that. I'm pretty open. The Fire Up Connect is really a format that I built over a couple of years ago. And I loved it. It benefited me personally. This is where I got some of my connections where I was able to create $100 million project because of Fire Up Connect. So I personally benefit from it. And whoever wants it, who wants to join us, I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it too, and you're gonna extend your connection. I know that you have a lot of your connections already established, but this is where we go deep with the information, because again, I don't want to just bring someone in my connection when I don't know who you are and I have a name to protect. So Fire Connect actually helps me understand that and get to know you more. Anyway, well, thank you so much. Make sure you put your information on the chat and save it and connect again, set up a meeting and follow up with everyone. I can already see that you guys are going to be connected. So, and then if you want to come in again next meeting, it's Friday. That's a Friday at 11 o'clock with Jessica, and have an amazing weekend or a week. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I totally appreciate all of you.
Thank you for the
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Bye now.